Greetings and salutations. Let's talk about tools today. So if you've been watching this channel long enough, you understand that I love tools. I have a lot of tools, ranging from construction tools. Since my background in construction, I've got a lot of carpenter tools, and I am a automobile aficionado, so I have a lot of automotive related tools, like that toolbox over there that's overflowing with a plethora of worn out and useless tools. So I'm not a stranger to tools. I like tools. I'm kind of a tool addict, if you will. Buying tools can be an expensive proposition, especially if you get into professional grade tools. They can run into thousands of dollars, especially with the new diagnostic tools that you need to diagnose cars like that. Well, now it's an 8-year-old car. I can't believe it. 2013 Malibu. Yeah, it requires, some pretty technological equipment to be able to diagnose trouble codes and stuff like that. And I bought this C reader, professional. This one cost about $150 because the old reader that I had wouldn't do the trick anymore. The technology had advanced on this tool to the point where I can actually, in real time, see what every sensor in every module is doing while the car is running down the road. So it makes diagnosing things that much easier, and it keeps the mechanic out of the loop. It saves me money, and I like to save money. So I classify the tools that I want to buy in one of two categories. Tools that I absolutely positively have to complete the task. For example, you might need one of these to build a house. Having one of these might be nice, but not really necessary. I mean, I've got 3 of them, so you don't really need a reciprocating saw to build a house. But you do need a saw. If you want to get it done, sometime soon. I guess you could use a handsaw if you wanted to, but that's kind of an antiquated way of doing things. The other category of tools is tools that I would like to have, but don't necessarily need to get the job done. Now, again, if you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you know that in the most recent weeks and months, I've been dealing with a lot of electrical issues. Electrical issues are not my favorite thing to work on. I really don't like to work on electrical problems because they make my head hurt. Well, with all the issues that I've had over the years with electrical problems and my disdain for resolving said electrical problems, I've managed to muddle through with as little as a 12-volt test light and a $2.50 volt and ohm meter from Harbor Freight. Those tools have done little to alleviate my frustration, but they've worked. Now, about 20 years ago, a tool came across my radar that really intrigued me because it could do a couple of things at the same time without switching out a tool. It was a test probe that allowed you to test continuity, test grounds, and also power a circuit. And that tool was called a power probe. Now, I thought to myself, that would be a splendid tool to have. But even back 20 years ago, it was a $100 proposition. And I had to ask myself, was it really worth $100 to add that tool to my arsenal? And am I going to get $100 worth of use out of it? Well, looking back 20 years, the answer obviously would have been yeah. In the moment, it was $100 that I really didn't have to spend on a tool. I kind of put that in the back of my mind, and whenever I needed one, I think, well, this would be a good time to have a power probe, and then the thought would be fleeting. Well, a company reached out to me recently, probably because of my good friend Martin Built. This company reached out to me and asked me if I'd be willing to test out some of their tools. They sent me a list of 4 different tools to test. Let me go see if I got that email yet. Autool. Autool is an Autool. Bella from Autool Tech. So they've been promoting these new tools that they got, and one of them is an automotive electrical system tester. One is a digital insulation resistance tester, brake fluid tester, and a refrigerant leak tester. To be totally honest with you, I think a brake fluid tester is kind of ridiculous. But then I'm kind of old school. If your brake fluid doesn't look like the brake fluid coming out of the bottle, it might be a good idea to replace it. Refrigerant leak tester, I could use that. Digital insulation resistance tester. I'm not an electrician, so it probably would be a tool that would never get used. I've got a couple tools like that, and I've never used them. But I was really interested in this automotive electrical system tester. And so I said, yeah, I'd like to try that out. So I had to go through a process. I had to purchase it, and then they reimbursed me after I made the purchase. And I got it a few weeks ago, right before my friend came out from Michigan for his trip. And quite honestly, that was kind of a that week with him was kind of a I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of a life-changing thing, you know. It was kind of a life-changing. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It really put me into a introspective funk. I got the tool about a week before my friend came out for his visit. You know, I was busy working on the Jeep and getting that ready for the many miles of exploration that we did, and of course for that week that we were out and about, I was unavailable, and it's just been kind of decompressed for the last week and a half. So I finally got around, and the projects that I thought I would be using this on, I'm not working on right now. There it is, the automotive electrical system tester. This is exactly how I got it. And it came, I bought this from Amazon. Double link down in the description if you're interested in purchasing this product. But it came in a bubble wrap envelope. You know, those bubble wrap envelopes make really good frisbees for the guys that are loading the trucks and stuff. And I noticed this hole. Well, actually, I noticed the probe sticking through the hole. It's no fault of the manufacturer, but the fellows at Amazon blunted the tip, so I got to drag a file across that. I'm going to do that right now. Excuse me just a sec. Make this pokey again. Ooh, pokey. So that was easily remedied with a file. What we have here is what looks like very similar to my little test light. So it has 3 wires coming off the test light. One is a ground, and then you have a rather long, 11 feet I believe it is, pair of alligator clamps. This would get hooked up to your battery. I would imagine, let me go grab a, I got one right here. Let me go see here. This is going to work like I think. So I have an RC battery here, and I just hooked the, this would be the auxiliary negative lead to the negative wire of the battery connector here. And if I take the pokey bit and put it in the positive, see it lights up there. This is the same thing as just a regular test light. So you can use this tool just like a regular test light. So this is just the negative probe off my ohm meter. I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to put this here. I suppose I'm going to need battery voltage for this. Let me go grab a battery. So I hooked up the leads. And let's see here. So hey, look at that. So this will test the continuity. or the continuity between this wire. If there was a break in the wire, it wouldn't do anything. The whole reason I would ever want a power probe tool or one similar to it would be able to not only test the continuity, got continuity on this wire, and if I was just testing a ground, I was testing the ground, okay, I got a good ground. Now without doing anything other than removing this ground wire, or even leaving the ground wire on there, I can take, I'm going to use my test light to illustrate this. Push this toggle switch to the positive side there. Look at that. I can power that circuit. Let me show you on the Jeep how that would work in a real application. Oh, excuse me. Oh, so gassy. That sounds a little muddy. All right. Okay. So, let's say, for instance, my electric fan stops working. That would suck since it's, relatively new. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, the fan quit working, and I've checked. The first thing I'm going to check is make sure my connections are still connected, and that all the wires are where they're supposed to be. And then I'm going to check the relay. Oh, it looks like it's getting a little warm. No. Take my battery connector. Black to red, red to black, right? Just kidding. So I can put that right on the energize. And I can energize that relay using my power probe. At the same time, once I plug it in, it's showing me a green light, which is confirming continuity. So if there was something wrong with the relay, first of all, it wouldn't energize once I put power to the connector. But if I heard the thing click, if I heard the relay click and the motor still wouldn't run, then I'd know there was a problem either in the output part of the relay or between the wiring on the relay to the fan, or it was the fan altogether. Well, I could test the fan easy enough by simply unplugging it from the harness. Looks like this one is ground. Touch that off, I got a green light. Tells me that I got good continuity. I can energize. I guess the green light means you can proceed. I'm going to make assumptions here because as good as this tool is, it didn't come with very good instructions. Not terrible Chinglish. I've seen worse. But the instructions are rudimentary at best. There's your instructions. Yeah, this pretty much gives you a rundown, and it's, even though there's some There's a little bit lost in translation. I've seen much worse, much worse. Let me give you an example. If color of LED changes along with buzzer sounding, stop testing and check the component if defective or not, or rated current of component is higher than that of this tester. There was a couple other ones, but the Chinglish isn't too bad. Packaging. I'll use this one. Packaging. 1.5 millimeter thick cardboard. Man, it is what it is, I suppose. Okay, aside from the slight damage in shipping, it really wasn't that serious, but the packaging is a little bit on the light side. But I guess you get what you pay for. The wiring, the leads here the auxiliary lead here looks like it's probably, I don't know, 18 gauge. These look like they might be 12 gauge maybe, 10 gauge maybe. I don't think they're 10 gauge, I think they're 12 gauge. But you get almost, you get a little over 11 feet, I think, of lead. Alligator clips don't feel flimsy. They're nice and sturdy, and the rivets are flared nicely. They're pretty well constructed. Of course, the insulation wants to come off. You're just gonna have to deal with that. But for the price, and the tool itself is pretty well put together. The plastic, it looks like it's got some reinforced, probably fiber reinforced, screwed together, so you could take it apart if you wanted to. Switch don't feel terrible. You know, it never dawned on me to think that there might be a cheaper alternative out there for a power probe type tool. And so, you know, it's one of those things that I never really gave too much of a thought because I've been doing this stuff for so long without it. Didn't think I really needed it, but I can envision, I wish I would have had this back when I was trying to troubleshoot my wiper motor on the bus. You know, it took an entire day to find out what was going on with that, and I probably could have figured it out in 15 minutes with this tool. Do I like the tool? Yeah, I do. And I'm sure just like the code reader, the more I use it, the more I'll be grateful that I have it. Were there any downsides to this whole experiment? One, I think maybe, and this isn't any fault of Autool. They were great. They did what they said they were going to do, and it's more on me in my lack of expediency in making this video. I got the tool in exchange for making a video. I think the next time, if this were to happen again, I would have to say that whether or not I like a tool is kind of a subjective thing. I'm not going to sell out my integrity for 25 bucks. If I thought that tool was garbage, I would tell you as much, and I certainly would put a link in the description. Even though I'm a tightwad and I'm kind of frugal and I look for good deals, if something's garbage and it costs $25 and the genuine the genuine thing costs $100, you're further ahead spending $100. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that I'm glad I have it now. I don't know as if somebody would have turned me on to it that I would have purchased it. You know, if I'd have borrowed one, I probably would have gone and purchased one. But I'm grateful to have it. But the company that gave me this tool, Autool, I think they expected me to, get the tool and immediately make a video, and that's just not how the creative process works. I don't know. I hope this video does the tool justice. I hope it does the company justice. I just think for me, if this were to happen again, I think I need to be a little more upfront with those people that are willing to send me things to review, that if I don't like it, I want to say I don't like it. And you need to give me the creative space to make the video that I want to make for it. So, yeah, they've been at me for a couple of weeks to get this video done. In fact, I just got a text from them today. Oh, and also, Autool. I as much as I like technology, I hate these things. I hate them. They're the bane of my existence. I prefer not to carry my phone, so I don't always get messages. I check my phone, but I don't tend to carry it. So let me see. They just sent me a message today. I've thought it through. I know I shouldn't bother you with so many times, but I was under too much pressure and anxiety, and you did promise to edit a video that time. Thank you for all, and please assure me that you will make a video of our product when you are available in the next few months. Is it feasible for you? Wish you all the best. May I borrow you one moment? It's Bella. Bella, I'm sorry I didn't get this video out sooner. I apologize. Just understand that not everybody can just drop what they're doing to make a video that day that they receive a product. Should have gotten to it sooner. I didn't. I apologize. I hope this makes up for it. So, do I recommend a tool? Hey, if you're in the market for a tool like this, electrical tester that can check continuity, check for broken grounds, and power a circuit with the same tool for something that's going to cost you less than $25-30, check the link in the description. That will let companies like Autool know that their investment is well spent. Thanks to Bella from Autool for sending that tool out. Appreciate it. Okay, so if you haven't done so yet, please consider clicking the subscribe button. And if you do that, please do the little bell icon thing too. By the way, you'll get post notifications. You don't want to miss any of this stuff. If you really want to help the channel out, you can do a couple of things. Don't cost you a penny. First thing you can do is smash that like button and then share it with your vast social media network. The other thing you can do is comment down in the comment section. Anything. Tell me I need a haircut, or starting to look like Santa Claus. Anything that shows engagement, and maybe YouTube will get this video out in front of other people, which will help sales for the Autool electrical tester, and will earn this channel a little bit more cabbage so I can actually buy tools. That'd be swell. Hey, if you already shop at Amazon, there's links in the description to Amazon. I'm an affiliate. Check some of those products that I'm hawking down there in the description. And if you're not interested in any of those, just click on one of those links and you can do all your Amazon shopping through that link. And channel earns a bit of a commission that way. If you want to throw me a buck or two, there's PayPal. And if you want to support the channel on the monthly, there's Patreon. If you can afford to do any of those things, I thank you very much in advance. If you can't, that's okay. Probably means we're related. So until next time, you have fun, stay safe, shoot straight, keep your powder dry, have a splendid day. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.